Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanishalaakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet. In this session, we'll be discussing from the 45th and the 46th verses of the 7th chapter of 1st canto Srimad Bhagavatam. The 45th verse is Sa esha Bhagavan Dronaha Prajarupena Vartate Tasyatmanordham Patnyaste Nanvagad Virasu Kripi. The meaning of this verse is he, that is Dronacharya, is certainly still existing, being represented by his son. His wife Kripi did not undergo a sati with him because she had a son. Draupadi is explaining the reason why Ashwatthama should not be killed. She is coming up with so many different arguments that here she is telling Dronacharya, he died in the battle, but he is still existing because he is represented by his son. Prajarupena Vartate, and Dronacharya is referred out of respect by Draupadi as Bhagavan Dronaha, Sa esha Bhagavan Dronaha. So it is explained by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. The wife of Dronacharya, Kripi, is the sister of Kripacharya, a devoted wife who is, according to revealed scripture, the better half of her husband, is justified in embracing voluntary death along with her husband if she is without issue. But in the case of the wife of Dronacharya, she did not undergo such a trial because she had her son, the representative of her husband. So, Srila Prabhupada explains, a widow is a widow only in name if there is a son of her husband existing. So, in either case, Ashwatthama was a representative of Dronacharya, and therefore killing Ashwatthama would be like killing Dronacharya. That was the argument of Draupadi against the killing of Ashwatthama. Draupadi was against killing Ashwatthama. The 46th verse, Tad dharmagya mahabhaga bhavadbhir gauravam kulam vrijinam na arhati praptum pujyam vandyam abhikshnashaha. The meaning of this verse is, O most fortunate one who knows the principles of religion, it is not good for you to cause grief to glorious family members who are always respectable and worshipful. So Srila Prabhupada says in the purport to this 46th verse, a slight insult for a respectable family is sufficient to invoke grief. Therefore, a cultured man should always be careful in dealing with worshipful family members. So Srila Prabhupada has explained elaborately these two verses in a discourse he had given earlier. Now, the point explained by Prabhupada, especially with reference to these two verses, is that What is the position of Dronacharya in the life of the Pandavas? Dronacharya is accepted as Guru by the Pandavas. They were trained up by Dronacharya. And Dronacharya, especially as regards Arjuna, Dronacharya taught all the secrets. And already Draupadi has pointed out, it is only by the mercy of Dronacharya that you learnt all the secrets about Dhanur Vidya or Dhanur Veda. So Draupadi is not an ordinary woman. We should always remember this. She knows everything about religious principles, and therefore she is teaching the assembly of respectable learned persons how the spiritual master should be respected. She herself is referring to Dronacharya as Bhagavan Drona. Anyone who is extraordinarily powerful is addressed as Bhagavan. Sometimes Narada is addressed as Bhagavan. Sometimes Lord Shiva is addressed as Bhagavan. They are all extraordinarily powerful personalities. The original Bhagavan is Krishna. The definition given by Parashara Muni in the Shastra is, who is Bhagavan? Aishwaryasya samagrasya, one who possesses the sum total of all the wealth and the other opulences. Aishwaryasya samagrasya viryasya yashasa shriyaha jnana vairagya yoshchaiva shannam bhaga itingana. 6 opulences. Sum total of all the 6 opulences possessed by Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna. He is the supreme Bhagavan. But there are others who are not exactly in the position of Krishna as supreme, but they are also having certain extent the same qualities as Krishna. The qualities of Bhagavan they have. So in that sense, they also can be addressed as Bhagavan, because they are extraordinarily powerful compared to other persons. But they are not having samagra aishwarya. They are not having the sum total of all the wealth. So that position, possessing the sum total of all the wealth, is held only by one person, Krishna. Nobody else can equal him, nobody else can excel him. So she is telling he is an extraordinarily powerful personality, Dronacharya. Sa esha Bhagavan Dronaha prajarupena vartate. He is still existing, praja, in the form of the praja. Praja means offspring, son or daughter. So one who is born of the father is called praja. Now without father there is no possibility of any birth taking place, either son or daughter. So one who gives birth, prajayate, praja is the product of the body of the father. That's what Prabhupada explains. The father's body is actually present in the form of the son or daughter, praja. The Shastra says, yatha yoni yatha bijam. Father is the bijam, the seed is given by the father. And just like you sow a seed in the ground, then a huge tree comes up. So the seed itself is generated by the tree, but that seed again grows up to be a tree. So the seed is tree later on. Similarly, the seed is put by the father in the womb of the mother, implanted, and when you sow a seed in the ground, you take care for it to properly grow. Similarly, the seed is sown in the womb of the mother, and the mother takes care of the seed and becomes a big body and comes out. So there's the process of birth. In one sense, the seed and the tree, there is no difference. Similarly, there is no difference between the son and the father. No difference. The seed of the father and the father himself, there is no difference. So, Prajarupena Vartate, Dronacharya is still present in the form of his son, Ashwatthama. So, according to Vedic culture, this is very important to understand. A woman who has got a son, even if her husband is dead, she is not considered a widow. Widow actually means a woman who doesn't have her husband, who has lost her husband. Husband is dead. But if the husband's representative is there, the son, then the woman is not a widow. So, in English also it is said, the wife is considered half the body. In Sanskrit also, Ardhangini, in English, better half. So, where is this concept coming from? So, Prabhupada explains this concept is coming from the absolute truth. Janmadhyasyataha, the ultimate source of everything is the absolute truth, Krishna. So, Radha Krishna Pranaya Vikritir Hladini Shakti Rasmat. Radha and Krishna, they are one. But for the sake of pastimes, they have become two. Ekatmanav api deha bhedam gatautau. Even though they are one, they have become two for the sake of pastimes. Again, Radha and Krishna combined, Chaitanyakhyam adhuna prakatam tadvayam chaikyam aptam. So, Radha and Krishna have combined in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So, in the same way, the wife is considered the better half of the husband, Ardhangini, and the son is there. In so many ways, Draupadi is trying to convince, don't think Dronacharya is dead and gone. Dronacharya is still existing. So, killing the son of Dronacharya means killing Dronacharya. So, do not do this. This is Draupadi's argument. And one should act in such a way that the action will always be glorified in the family. Now, Pandava's family is a very respectable family. So, Draupadi is telling also, if you know the principles of religion, you will not perform any action which will bring down the glory of the family. Should not do such an action. So, therefore, you should take care in dealing with the family members of Dronacharya, especially Kripi. So, there will be further reasons given by Draupadi why Ashwatthama should not be killed in the next two verses. Now, Draupadi is a Vaishnavi. That will be explained in the next verse. She is a great devotee. Earlier also Prabhupada had mentioned in the purport that she is a pure devotee. Therefore, she is, even though she is aggrieved because of the loss of her sons, she is thinking not just of her own problem. She is thinking how Kripi will be put into so much of grief. She has already lost her husband. Now further, if you kill Ashwatthama, she is going to be put into so much more grief. So Draupadi has all such considerations. Being a Vaishnavi, being a devotee, a pure devotee, not just a devotee, a pure devotee. I'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.